Somehow, tea bags are the smallest containers that we use, and we find them in every home all over the world. Bags were among the first tools used in prehistoric times, when we were hunter and gatherers. Actually, more gatherers. 80% of the food was vegetarian, seeds and roots. Bags were very important. They were a survival tool. If you could take home just what you can carry with your hands, you would starve. Like today, we need big shoppers when we go to the supermarket. It's actually a long time I wanted to do a rucksack, because it is a symbol of free traveling, which ended up long time ago. But to make such a big rucksack, I needed the help of my poetry friends, and so I sent the idea around, and everybody got involved. The whole thing spread out. I asked my friends to write a poem about the subject, because poetry for me is a primary symbol of freedom of expression. So I got to know Mamta Saga, a famous poet and artist from India. She became the co-curator and organized the participation of 28 poets from India with 15 different languages. On the 26th September, at the Little Museum of Poetry in Piacenza, in Italy, we presented the rucksack installation. Apart from the rucksack itself, the poems were exhibited, and there was an audio loop so the public could listen to the voices of the poets reciting in their mother tongues. The 250 participants were all mixed up, the tea bags, the poems, the languages, emphasizing the value of closeness, so significant in this historical moment. Among the participants, there are many who use poetry to go beyond poetry, those who try to unite the poetic voices that exist all over the world, who create networks, communication. Networking seems to me to be of utmost importance in this historical period. The pandemic taught us that we are part of a global community and that we have responsibility towards this enormous community. And many artists are beginning to become aware that their skills have a social dimension. This is the spirit of my group, Poetry is My Passion, here in Italy. Unite the international voices, respecting the linguistic and cultural diversity. And this is the philosophy of the rucksack, the backpack.
When the I becomes the us, we'll all be comfortable together. No more I, no more us, no more them. Here we are, for now.
Men bir o'xshar emishman, moslik topib har yil fasliga. O'zimni ham taniyman qisman, endi qanot chiqqan aslida. Faqat meni o'xshatmang, hayhot, quruq nomga madhiya aytib, shunday qush bor etsang da ozod, uchib kirar qafasga qaltib, meni o'sha qushga o'xshatmang.
Je me demande si nous pourrons nous concentrer sur l'eau verte, nuancée par l'éclat des pierres rouges, la voir qui coule à la mer et nous porte, consolée d'elle et du ciel si proche. Tout coule et nous passons. La tour et le bateau se séparent et se joignent selon la houle. Et délaissés, les jeux d'enfants s'époumonnent à cœur fendre. Reviens-nous vite, ils disent, toi qui crois en l'eau verte, toi qui crois en un monde fertile partagé par les êtres, et qui gémit la nuit quand tu ouvres tes yeux, et qui te parle comme il peut.
The Rose. I stood in Times Square, gazing at the neon-lit sky. Swarms of tourists scurry ant-like over Manhattan sidewalks. Cell phones in hand, lovers in arms. At Hard Rock Cafe, John Bon Jovi French kissed the morning with an ironclad fist. Why this song reminded me of you, I do not know. We share no memory, except the one where you said, I wish I could, and I said, I wish you would, and we parted in silence.
Clavículas. Es un abismo, misteriosa boca de alfabetos del universo umbral íntimo. Grieta, vulva, verbo. Cierto que el orden nace del caos antes del concierto, primero el ruido, abismo y luz, silencio y voz, sustancia en cada signo, la creación pulsa su sinfonía.
Write a poem on a slice of bread and put it in the toaster and wait for the smoke detector to go off. When the firemen come, greet them at the door with a handkerchief over your mouth. Recite your poem and invite them in for tea toast.
Balcón, balcón, ¿quién te iba a decir que eras ancha libertad?
Tout un son d'or, rien, froissement d'absence, ruse avec la mémoire, exactement où un sac plastique sort de la bouche d'un ornithorynque. Je vois la mort noyer le désir et l'amour s'élever en une plume de rouille. C'est le moment où tu dis dans ma tête et dans ta langue « nothing », rien. Qu'une poignée de feuilles d'eucalyptus sur la surface du ruisseau, filant, Elles tournoient les feuilles, disparaissent enveloppées de nuit moutonnante. Je suis une bulle qui éclate, pure effervescence, soupir, senteur, poivre, mimosa, soleil, un battement d'ailes de libellule dans le froid bleuté, élégance d'un mi aigu, évanescence.
ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಕಪ್ಪು ತುಂತುರು ಹನಿ ಬಿಳಿಯ ಅವಕಾಶಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆಂದು ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಕೇಳುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಕಾಣುತ್ತವೆ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಕಾಣದವು ಕೇಳುತ್ತವೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Pull your ceiling halfway down and you can create a mezzanine for me. Your walls open into cupboards. Is there an empty shelf for me? Let me grow in your garden with your roses and prickly pears. I'll sleep under your bed and watch TV in the mirror. Do you have an ear on your balcony? I am singing from your window. Open your door. Let me in. I am resting at your doorstep. Call me when you're awake.
Il tè. Ci sono in Cina più bandiere rosse di quanta gente non ci sia in Europa e i figli hanno i vecchi in casa loro e il tè si fa coi petali di rosa. La notte è di finestre illuminate che tengono irretiti i grattacieli. Li uso per giocare un poco a scacchi e spero il nostro mondo non si spacchi.
Ritos. Conversiones de la música en aire. Hilos de luz sobre las nervaduras del habla. Babeles en desuso. La trama se respira bajo partículas de Dios. Y la lengua es una patria inhóspita.
Distanza. Ma nistax inkun miegħek. Hemm mili minsuġġa fuq il-mappa li tifridna. Ma nistax inkun mingħajrek infrixt ġo fija kullimkien.
Nella pagella della vita, insufficienza d'amore. Bramavi, oh sì, bramavi, esser superba bustina da collezione, miscela odorosa nella credenza dimenticata, impolverata, e mentre gira, il mondo gira, ed io ho girato,
Oh, se ho girato. Ma sai che c'è? Mi faccio un tè. Apro l'anta, scegliendo proprio te.
The artist's role. The manufacturer of bonsai takes pride in miniature houses, gardens, and villages. The perfection of details, doorknob in exact proportion to the door, as in the real-life model. The work of a master craftsman, a mistress of fine inlays. But while the artist labors, politicians are booming in the battle of light against darkness. The Manichaean satisfaction, dual, competing, warring states of the soul laid out in opposing camps. What role does the miniaturist play? Will his knobs and latches correspond to the real-life models, no matter who wins the political power? Can we continue to make light and gladden hearts while the virus kills and one gang leader tries to steal the democracy unmasked?
Kokono ne meappe. Hidona namaniste do hestano. Momegon vihpi dio the win ma. The win embalmed this vohe. Dako he court. Namanes diskit is. Woodpecker song. I am making this sound upon the earth. The curled leaf filled with water holes. A looking glass of sky. In a quiet place, I make this small sound.
Alicor dell'isola. Copo cumò, tinte vassette. A gemisse, due gocce mor. Dopo che rena, a terra generosa, è una bocata e aria pura che si respira là. Questa liquore me li mandasti per tenere l'isola sempre a fianco a me, per non scordare chi sono io.
The Endless Odyssey of the Hazaras. I had known the Odyssey on the pages of the books. Then I had a chance to know how in real life it looks. I found it with Hazaras, whose homeland is their shoes, whose journey does never end, who have no option to choose. From the mountains of hardships to the shores of quietude, they cruise it with no ships, nonetheless with gratitude. In the search of safe lands, they put life in their hands. With the hope of survival, they cross deserts and sands. They arrive until the sea, where they still have to see, perilous and hard parts of destiny. Who's there to hear their chagrin play? Long way until their final day. In the hand of waves now, in the hands of waves now, where the soil is far, far. Faintly they do plough in the midst of Garwar. Less breathing in the lungs, long way until the shore. Fierce nature, monsters with sharp fangs, waves with a scary roar. There they are to cope the waves, there they are to fight the shark. Fortunate ones are the ones, those survived in the dark. with the lights seen on the shore, heart beating more, hope comes, no one believes, they crossed without an oar. Finally they reach the shore, mouth open, eyes shut, they envisage. Safe land and safety, no fear more. Don't you wait, open the door to these brawls. Thank you very much.
Við. Í leikritum þrá allar persónur eitthvað. Við höfum þekkst í 1000 ár. Þú settir blóð út í teið mitt. Í landi minninganna eilíft myrkur. Þú hefur beðið mín. Þegar ég dvel í þér, þegar ég inni í þér, þá
Death came to me in the dark, with its smokestacks singing. Work is beautiful, said Death, and the machine is a woman. Come with me through the factory gates. We will blow smoky kisses at each other in the mysterious dark. I'm taking you to a better place, added the factory, a place where you have never been. Factory covered my eyelids with soothing kisses. Then in the dark, how the bed spring shook, how my head spilled out like a river of identical hot rivets poured across the factory floor. I took Death's hand. The number of guys I kiss, said Death. The number of guys I kiss. Well, that don't matter. It's how I kiss them.
Iskra peneva, Srbija. Dve senke. Za jedno sunce imao je dve senke, svoju i drugu lepog obličja, ne toliko jasno tamnu, koju tek treba da otkrije, oblikuje i oboji. Dve senki. Za jedno sonce imaše dve senki, svojata i drugata so ubav lik, no ne mnogo jasen, koji što tuku treba da go otkrije, oblikot i bojata. Two shadows. Below the unique sun, he had two shadows, his own, and the other one, nice shaped, not so clear dark, the one which still needs to be discovered, formed and colored.
Immaginarsi sasso nel fragrante fragore della pioggia. Ora dice l'acqua che ti blandisce. Stupisce questo senso estetico della vita di ieri, come la tastiera di un pianoforte. soprattutto quando è incline al silenzio.
Historia. He descrito a un ciego el sol y me ha hablado de su tierra incógnita. También he visto a un oscuro alfarero moldear y quebrar a su antojo la masa obediente. Yo me ocupo impaciente en dislocar la tortuosa coherencia de estos días, y no me quedaré a vuestra carnicería. A vuestros guías, ¿quién los guía? No me gusta su mar de sangre que quiere eternidad. Para los sordos, canto. En saber partir reside el secreto del impulso.
تالله امرأة أنا، تالله امرأة أنا، أم متاهة الكدر إليها رنا، مجرجرا آياته وما منذ الخلق جنى. تالله امرأة أنا، تالله امرأة أنا، أم هاوي سهد وأجران ضنا، تدق الفؤاد وما من أحلام بنى. تالله امرأة أنا، تالله امرأة أنا، أم غيث فجر رام الحياة بين السنا، فخط القدر. ليت المسكينة، ليت المسكينة ما شد الرحال وما ثنى. أنا يا آدم من أنا. Grazie mille.
चाँद तो वही है चाँद जिसे यहाँ से भी अपनी नंगी आँखों से देख रहे हैं हम। नंगी नहीं, चश्मा लगाए या लेंस पहनकर, वो जिन्हें दृष्टि दोष है, और सभी निश्चित रूप से धूप चश्मे उतार कर आजकल हिटलरी सवालों के घेरे में कुछ ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा बड़ा राजनैतिक विषय है किसी भी किस्म की शारीरिक लाचारी, कमज़ोरी, व्याधि, जबकि एक लड़ाई नित्य नए किस्म की विकलांगता पैदा कर रही है बहुत ढेर सारी जगहों में, लाशों के इर्द गिर्द। पर चाँद तो वही है जिसे लड़ाई हार कर देश लौटकर अपने पैतृक घर के छज्जे से निहारा किए। वही है चाँद, उस महफूज छज्जे में चमकता हुआ जिसने इतना नचाया उस फिरंगी शहर में एक महफूज छज्जे के लिए। शुक्रिया।
El primer déjà vu. Un caballo sobre la pampa y un árbol. Un caballo que se mece con la ternura de un barco. Un caballo de miel y dos riendas duras. ¿Qué? ¿No viste la muerte? ¿Cómo cabalgaba? Un caballo de madera y un árbol partido vagando por tierras inútiles. Y recordé cómo fui, ausente, mecido, triste, líquido. ¿Qué? ¿No viste la muerte? ¿Cómo cabalgaba?
Roots are sticky.
I come from a place where flowering of bamboos and unnatural deaths are supposed to be bad. A migrating place whose time coordinates are trapped inside a trapezium stuffed with bamboo shoot pickles and slices of Domino's pizza. Reconciliation, is it? Doped into a dialect of disassociation, the small place of my birth feels ticklish and sneezes. Even if sneezes come in packages these days. I come from a place that has no brothels, no nightlife. Its days are hungry beasts caressing nights in cars, multiplexes, and parks. Mood is on, but shy. From honor to gossips, intercaste marriages have covered a tedious journey in my small town for heterosexuals. Confession is a form of protest, and my people have started talking, sharing, confessing on TV, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, blogs, etc., etc. A migrating place. Migration is a form of liberty, a protest in itself, and my place is migrating with sticky roots.
Unvernähte Fäden. Schau mal die Samen des Jasmins in ihrer Schote. Auf engstem Raum, einer neben den anderen gefaltet, ununterscheidbar stummes Leben. Nimm sie aus der Schale, Wort für Wort. Einzelne Stimmen in Form eines Fallschirms suchen ihren Landeplatz. Freiheit, ein schönes Wort, ein Pulloverwort, hunderte Male mit sicherer Hand über den Kopf gezogen, plötzlich falsch herum. Unvernähte Fädeln baumeln um die Utopie einer offenen Gesellschaft.
Sur la route du thé. 3 fois tu as recueilli la graine du thé. 3 fois tu as rencontré les chevaux sur ta route. Ils soulevaient la poussière. Tacadoum, tacadoum, tacadoum. Les semeurs de thé chantaient, chantaient. Quand tu bois du thé, tu captes l'énergie de la terre. Ton bol de thé est un crâne lunaire. Les chevaux galopent dedans, dedans. Tacadoum, 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 tacadoum.
For this poem. It's called Bubble Up. From a deep and silent place, I bubble up, rising from the royal blue to the goddess above. I bubble up. 1,000 artesian wells pouring forth from the silent earth. I bubble up, reaching through the layers of sea, layers of warmth, layers of silent cool. I bubble up, listening to the beloved call from the goddess in love. I bubble up, rising from the valley to the peak, from the root to the tree. I bubble up, rising from the depths to the surface, rising from the earth to the air, I bubble up. Rising on a million bubbles of hope, bubbles of words of light, I bubble up. Rising from your toes to your feet, filling you with swirling light, rising from your legs to your spine, I bubble up. Filling your arms, filling your neck, each hair extended, I bubble up. Rising through your spine in kundalini time, I bubble up. Filling you from toe to fingertip with a billion bubbles of light, I bubble up. Your entire form charmed in light, your entire being in delight of star fire, I bubble up. Our light merging, our souls surging, Doppler shifts to blue, we bubble up. Showers of iridescent blue sapphire, iridescent puddles, seething galaxies of ecstasy, we bubble up. Thank you.
Vorrei tenere insieme tutti i pezzi, come il raspo fa con gli acini, e non perdere negli anni, negli amici, negli amanti, a lungo amati, continuare a sentire il profumo del bucato di mia madre e del latte a colazione. Ma questa vita ad ogni morso è un pane che si sbriciola. Se l'appoggi un attimo, qualcuno che sparecchia se lo porta via.
Vorrei tenere insieme tutti i pezzi, come il raspo fa con gli acini, e non perdere negli anni, negli amici, negli amanti a lungo amati. Continuare a sentire il profumo del bucato di mia madre e del latte a colazione. Ma questa vita, ad ogni morso, è un pane che si sbriciola. Se l'appoggi un attimo, qualcuno che sparecchia se lo porta via.
My visions are my torture. My visions are my comfort. Turquoise visions, turquoise flying. For those whose hearts are not tired of sowing in the field of dreams. For the journey is bittersweet, half hurt, half tenderness. Like thorny milk thistle, like sweet-smelling jasmine, accepting variety and different behaviors, going beyond wrongdoings and right doings into new and more thriving harvests. My visions are my scrambling ascent. My visions are my sacred conquest. turquoise visions, turquoise flying. For those whose hearts can admire the phosphorescent hopes of the sunset. For the journey is rugged, half uphill, half downhill, like bare time in the winter cold, like bees gathering nectar from spring blossoms, evoking the rain's lament and the sun's caress, going beyond unpleasant and pleasant reactions, onto new and even higher peaks. My visions are my futile mirages. My visions are my sweetest oases. Turquoise visions, turquoise flying. For those whose hearts are refreshing fountains of muses' songs. For the journey is uncharted, half tempest, half tranquility, like a wavy, turbulent sea on a windy day, like crystal, serene waters under the shimmering sun, sailing over low and high tides, going beyond traumatic and fond memories, into new and longed for harbours. My visions are my lightning duty. My visions are my radiant basking. Turquoise visions, turquoise flying. For those whose hearts shine brightly through storms. For the journey is evolving, half empirical, half innate. Seeing what I encounter, seeing what I know. Painting the world in dark and iridescent hues. Going beyond detrimental and beneficial beliefs into new and more exquisite rainbows. Our visions are our unmanifested ashes. Our visions are our golden wings. Golden visions, golden flying.
हिजरत की वतन छोड़ा बेसरो समा न घर न दुकान एक चाय की प्याली से मिला सहारा, जहाँ में आई जहाँ हो गुलाबी सब्ज या काली, हर घर हर मुल्क में है बनती ये छोटी सी थैली, सबके मिल बैठने का सामान। ये पत्ते और पत्ती ज़मीं से है उगती, खारदार तारों से ना कोई रुकावट, मुसाफिरों के सफ़र को जिला है ये बख्शती। अमन व भाईचारा है पयाम पाकिस्तानी, ये जहाँ तो है फ़ानी मगर नहीं ये चायदानी।
Ime. Stopa. Stop. I još jedno. I još. Još. 109.573 i lica nigdje. Pjesak. Zrno. Plam i prah. 111.716 i lica nigdje, a žica je sve. A zna se da je demon naš i nama što hodi. Glas Božiji na lave što svodi, mi oči imamo da ne rosilebi. Stopa. Stopa. I još jedna. I još. Još. 118.714 i lica nigdje. Pjesak. Zrno. Zorno. Plam i prah. 119.242 i lica nigdje, a lavež je sve. A oči nebesne, kiklopske oči urokljive, ispred glasa našeg brode, dok mi iz njene imamo samo da molile bi. Stopa s osmijehom, stopa nesputana, azur u dupljama, a bol u prsima. Samo s pjesmom riječ se može. 174.816, 186.914, 194.219 i naspram svega lica nigdje.
أبعد العقارب من حول قدمي، أحيطها بالنار إلى أن تلدغ نفسها. أجمع الدود من جسدك كالورد، أنزع الصمت من جدول الدم الجاري من فمك لأسمع سؤالك القديم: ماذا كانت البشرية تفعل قبل الشاي؟ تنبئي، عودي من الموت، ثم خذي صينية الشاي الألومنيوم الملأى بالنقر من جدتي ذات القدمين المتصمغتين في ممر الزمن.
Kõik need kured Kilingi-Nõmme ja Tihemesse vahel, põld täis kurgi, kust nad tuli, siia said. Suur rahvaränne taas käib lõunast põhja. Uus jääaeg veel on kaugel. Kurepaar sisse seab end telefoniposti otsast niisama rahumeeli, nagu seda alt vaatab rohi. Niisama kindlad, nagu öö hämaraski nende esiema rännud niiluselt teeviidaks põhjanael, poetas siia mõni kilomeeter vaid Rujenast ja Ipikis põhja poole, keele, sõnad, mida õpib ütlema 2-aastane Marta, minu ema. Ema, päike, isa, kuu ja öö ja taevas.
ce n'est pas une feuille de thé qui flotte dans la tasse de porcelaine, mais l'illusion emprisonnée d'une carpe de cobalt. Le marly où posent mes lèvres est une berge qui l'attire vers l'ailleurs où flotte indécise la fumée bleue de mon breuvage.
Tea. The stain from tea is all over our hands. Continent by continent, we drink, connect, trying to be supportive. There was something beautiful happening. A love, a breeze, a breath discovered as we swallow. The distance between us ended. Our agonies no longer want attention. We sing hymns on the slippery roads. Dry concrete gives us a path. Rejection has melted. We are transfixed by each other. The tea did its job, sliding down our throats, smooth, mild, caressing the esophagus. This journey spreads beyond us quietly.
All'incrocio dei fiumi, intrecciando le sciarpe, genti trasmigrano e uccelli, cammelli, elefanti e sacche di juta. All'ombradura di cieli strappati portano le donne nelle ceste il lamento dei padri e coltelli negli occhi dei figli, replicando orme d'amore in un altro orizzonte, sulla rotta di abbagli lontani. La storia è vena vagante, solcante crateri sul viso. Offrire foglie di loto per estinguere il marchio di orrori angolari. Poi cogliere sogni versati su sabbia. Un solco nel vento, traccia non lascia. All'incrocio dei fiumi, intrecciando le sciarpe, genti trasmigrano e uccelli, cammelli, elefanti e sacche di juta. All'ombradura di cieli strappati portano le donne nelle ceste il lamento dei padri e coltelli negli occhi dei figli. Replicando orme d'amore in un altro orizzonte. Sulla ruta di abbagli lontani. La storia è bene vagante, solcante crateri sul viso. Offrire foglie di loto per estinguere il marchio di orrore angolari. Cogliere sogni versati su sabbia. In sopra di me. Traccia non lascia.
L'universo non ne avrà traccia. Einigkeit suchen, den Zwist ertränken in einer Tasse Tee.
Il mio marsupio mercuriale è un alambicco alchemico, objet trouvé in rotte multiple, tè stanziali o brucianti techile, movimento e stasi mescolati, yin e yang, avvolti come amanti. Il mio marsupio è un uovo sapienziale di puro potenziale.